welcome back. Today is April 26th, and we are going to talk about the road to Emmaus. And so I'm going to read you a story about the road to Emmaus. This is a story about Jesus appearing after he was resurrected. So remember, he died on the cross, he rose again, and that's why we celebrate Easter. And then on the road to Emmaus, a couple of his friends see him as they're leaving Jerusalem. So we're going to talk a little bit about the excitement of seeing Jesus again. Okay, so I'm going to start. This is Luke 24:13 through 35, and it's the road to Emmaus. On Sunday, Cleopas and his friend were walking from Jerusalem to Emmaus. They were talking about what had happened in Jerusalem. As they walked, a stranger began walking with them. "What are you talking about?" asked the stranger. Cleopas said sadly, "We were talking about Jesus. Jesus was a man of God. He was killed 3 days ago." Cleopas continued, "This morning, the women went to Jesus' tomb, but Jesus was not there. Angels told them that Jesus is alive." Peter went to the tomb and he did not find Jesus either. The stranger asked, "Why can't you believe what prophets said?" The stranger began explaining all of the things that were written by the prophets. When they got to Emmaus, Cleopas and his friend invited the stranger to stay with and eat with them. When dinner was ready, they all sat down to eat. The stranger took the bread, broke it, and blessed it. Then he gave each person some bread. When the stranger did this, Cleopas and his friend recognized him. It was Jesus. As soon as they recognized Jesus, he disappeared. The friends got up quickly and returned to Jerusalem to find the other disciples. They told the disciples, "The Lord has really risen." So this story is a great opportunity to see what a good friend Jesus is. So as we know, the walk to Emmaus happened right after Jesus was resurrected. Two of his friends were walking. They were leaving Jerusalem and they were going back to Emmaus. And it says in Luke 24:17, they stood there looking sad. And so this is a good reminder that Jesus is there even when you're sad. Jesus is looking for you. He finds you in your saddest moments and he's with you. And so we see in this story that Jesus seeks out the people who are sad. And we also see in Luke 24:21 that their hopes, they thought their hopes weren't come true. They say, "We hoped that he would redeem Israel." But we know now that Jesus didn't come just to redeem Israel. Jesus came with an even better plan. He came to save everyone on earth from their sins. And lastly, we see in Luke 24:29 that the two urged Jesus to stay with them, and Jesus stayed with them. It says that the night was coming and they said, "Please stay with us," and Jesus stays. And it's a good reminder for you that when you're sad or you're lonely or you're afraid, you can ask Jesus to stay with you, and he will. He'll stay with you. And we see in Luke 24:32, it says, "Were our hearts not burning within us when he was speaking to us?" And so we have the Spirit today that burns within us, and it stays with us even in the hardest times. That's the Holy Spirit, and that's a gift from God for us to listen and be drawn closer to God. And so I have a little bit of a trick experiment to help you remember that even when you think you're separated from God, like these men thought they were separated from Jesus and they were very sad about it. Even when you feel like you've done something or you're too far away from God, God has the power to stay with you. So I just have a regular candle here that's lit. And when Jesus came to earth, he was the light of the world. And when he died on the cross, people thought that light was burnt out, but it actually came back again due to the power of God. And so when we sin and we think we're too far from God and that we're separated from God, he's actually with us all the time. And so I want you to move forward this week during this time of uncertainty when you might be lonely or afraid. And remember that no matter what, Jesus stays with you. Okay? He's a good friend and he loves you no matter what. I will see you next week. I miss you. I hope you're staying safe. Bye.